You have to listen to this and focus on the snare. This plugin is called Silencer. It's a drum gate plugin made by Black Salt Audio, which is a plugin company owned by my good friend and fellow Canadian Jordan Valeriot. And just so you know, this is not a sponsored video. Black Salt Audio didn't pay me a dime to make this video. I just saw Jordan's Silencer video a couple of days ago and I was just intrigued and he actually got my attention. So I reached out asking him to send me a copy of the plugin to try it myself. And here we are. I'm blown away. I'm gonna say it right away. This is gonna be my go-to drum gate from now on. And I'm gonna explain to you why right away, so let's jump in Cubase. So this is Silencer. As you can tell, it's a very simple plugin to work with. And this is something that I like a lot about working with this plugin. You get from A to Z in a nick of time. And that does a lot for my workflow, especially when it comes to gating drums. So there's not lots of parameters. On top, we have 4 different modes. One that will focus on the kick, the other one on the top snare, then the bottom snare, and then the toms and floor. Then we have the threshold, the 4 big knobs, reduction, the bleed, and also the length, which is basically the release time of the gate. Then we have ghost, which is quite awesome. And I'm going to show that to you in just a moment, so stick around. And there's also an external sidechain if you want to use Silencer as a sidechain to another channel. Now, what's impressive about this plugin is its precision. So we have a detection specifically designed and adapted to every single mode we have on top. So the accuracy is stunning and very precise. So just have a listen to that kick drum. Okay, I'm just gonna solo the kick. Now, this drum recording also has some drum samples, but now what I'm gonna do is just to focus on the kick, the recorded acoustic kick. And this is what I get without Silencer active. Okay, I already have some processing going on, so the kick has some EQ and compression, and then it goes straight into Silencer. And now if I activate Silencer after the chain, it's so clean. And this is only with the default settings, you know, by just loading the plugin. So the first thing you do, you just bring the threshold so you can catch the peaks. And that's it. And then the gate detects the kick. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And then you can fine tune, you know, by just moving around these big knobs, reducing the bleed level, for example. Bring down the release time to make the kick a bit more tight, or to, you know, just add more, to add more sustain. Now let's go straight on the snare, the top snare. And again, I have some samples, some snare samples in the package. So I'm going to focus on the top snare first and then the bottom snare. And again, this comes after EQ and a bit of compression. And on the snare, I have some top end boosted. And it doesn't seem to affect the way the gate reacts, which is great. So let's have a quick listen. Crazy. Okay, that is stunning. Honestly, it's just like insane. It's so clean. It doesn't change the tone of the snare whatsoever. So even if I add some high frequencies or high mids to the snare sound, it keeps it very clean and transparent, which is very, very nice. And it behaves this way because, again, of the detection that is designed for each modes. So it makes it very clean and like precise detection, which is awesome. And as you can see, you know, I don't have a lot going on here, you know, so it took me like maybe a second or two just to tweak those settings, and I was good to go. Now, let me show you the Ghost feature we have right here. Now, if I activate Ghost on its own, it's basically gonna just let the ghost notes through. Now, I don't have lots of ghost notes happening right now. I only have it on a few parts of the drum performance. So what I did is I automated the ghost parameter to go on and off only when I have ghost notes happening on the recording. So this is what I have right here. So on this part, I have a bit of ghost notes. So cool. So nice. So that does the job pretty well. And what I did is I also applied that same automation on the bottom snare, which I'm gonna activate right now. And if we listen to the drum mix, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna bypass silencer on both the top snare and the bottom snare, and you will hear the difference right away, even if I'm using drum samples on this mix. Crazy. That's insane. That is literally insane. It does such a great job, very transparent results, very precise. It's just crazy. Another reason why we're getting such transparency with this gate is that the algorithm of each modes will help the gate to filter out the high frequency bleed to give us the most transparency possible. And as you can tell, that seems to work pretty well. Okay, let's try it on the toms. Let me check here. I think I don't have lots of toms on this recording, so I have one hit right here. So let's have a quick listen on this one without silencer to begin with. And there's lots of processing on this tom, saturation and so on, EQ, compression. Let's add a silencer to the package. Look at that. It's crazy. So let me get rid of that kick drum at the end though. I'm gonna bring down the length. That is so cool. I tried to use traditional gates before. It wasn't very stable if I wanted to keep the sound as natural as possible. And so that's why I ended up, doing everything manually, but that process takes time. So from this point on, I think I'm just gonna stop doing the manual gating thing and just use silencer. And it's gonna give me a very clean job in a nick of time. Let's have a quick listen to the whole drum mix with that tom going on. If I bypass silencer, my goodness. It kept the character and the tone of my tom, and yeah, the results are just stunning. I'm sold. Now, you probably know me enough that I don't get overexcited often when working on a new plugin, But I'm gonna be quite honest with you, I'm blown away by this plugin. I do mix lots of acoustic drums. I'm a drummer myself, as you know. So this is gonna be a huge time saver that is gonna give me lots of amazing results. And honestly, I love to mix with samples, but sometimes I use samples to correct a bad recording or to avoid being stuck with a bunch of intense and aggressive cymbal bleeds on a snare or a kick or toms. Now that I have silencer around, man, I'm gonna be able to do a lot more with the original recording and just use drum samples to mainly add to the tone that I'm looking for when I mix drums, you know, and not just to only bypass the bleed part of a drum recording. So if you want to check it out, I'm going to leave the link down below. And again, I did not get paid to make this video. This is not sponsored whatsoever, but I have the link down below if you want to check it out. And this is an affiliate link. So if you use this link, you're just going to support the channel at the same time at no extra cost to you. Share, like, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Check out also Jordan's channel, Hardcore Music Studio. Also leave your questions and comments down below. Until next time, take care and see you.